there's a definite bad thing. It happens this time of year to me in central Missouri. It's happened to me Kentucky Lake. It's happened to me several times over the years. This specific time of year, I'm going to talk about that. I hope it'll help y'all. May explain some frustration for you. I'm Dale Verts, reaching back over the years for some old school stuff here. It really is important. I'll be right back. Oh, there's one. Let it fall. Nope. Well, there's 2 bites on it in 5 minutes, so. Little bass. Oh, that was no little bass. Oh my goodness, did y'all see that? Did the camera catch that? Good. Here's the deal. Had this happen yesterday. Actually, I filmed 2 videos yesterday, but I decided this one is more important in relation to the time of year. And it happens most every year to me. Now, I didn't fish for almost 20 years serious. But this happened to me, I tell you, the first time in the mid-'80s that I recollect. That I realized, well, it's when I learned what was really going on. Partner and I was practicing for a bass tournament. First week or so of October. And we got into them big time. I mean, big old bass on shallow docks, 1 foot to 3 foot of water. And they would destroy a bait. I mean, unload on baits. Spinner baits, top waters. It wouldn't bite the square bill. When they did, they's little fish. That's beside the point, except it's not, because if they would have bit the square, well, I'll explain why. If they did bit the square bill, it would have been a whole different deal. Sometimes. So what happens? You chuck a spinnerbait past the dock, come winding up to it, and these fish should just unload, explode. Throw a buzzbait. Boosh! Nothing. Can't catch those fish. Spook. Work that spook to that dock. Blow up on it, knock it in air, whatever. Catch one maybe every 20 strikes. Maybe. But what got it was you'd catch them on top of the head, on the side of the gill plate, underneath the jaw. Same thing happened to me yesterday, which brings up a point. And we talked about this a couple weeks ago at the tournament down here. I told guys about it because they was having experience. What I learned over the years, and what I specifically learned that day was, for whatever reason, happens almost every year between the end of September, it started a little bit early this year, cooler weather maybe. For a couple, 3 weeks, the bass are hard to catch because they hit the bait with their mouth shut. They punch it. Unbelievable. Have y'all ever seen that? Has that happened to you? I bet you it has, even if you didn't know what was going on. Explosive strikes, hard strikes, and you can't catch them. It's a real deal, and it happened to me yesterday all day long, and that's what the fish were doing. It's a beautiful day, but that's the problem this time of year. It seems to me, and looking back on years ago when I was trying to figure this out, once the water temperature gets down in the low 70s, upper 60s, it quits. They start eating the baits again. It's a transitional thing. There's a lot of bait fish, a lot of shad to be had. They're not necessarily hungry. Transition time, it seems to be when it happens. The only other time it happens, well, spawning fish do it. Spawning fish don't want to eat. Spawning fish will hit a bait, knock it out of the bed, punch it. Everybody's seen that because you know what's happening. Sometimes right before the spawn, though, they're not in the eating mood. They're in the egg laying, nest making mood, whatever. But it doesn't last a couple, 3 weeks like it does for me. Now, yesterday I experimented a little bit. That'll be another video. I was having so much fun catching a lot of little bass, missed some big ones yesterday. I mean, several 4 to 6 pound bass that didn't get hooked at all, or they move the bait away. You think you got them, you don't have them. It made for a fairly fun day. Again, that'll be another video, I hope. There's very few ways to overcome this unless y'all can teach me something. I haven't, when they're on that kind of bite, I can't catch them flipping. I can't catch them on a finesse bait. Well, okay, me and my wacky worm and my shaky head are still relearning all that, but it hasn't worked so far this year. I didn't do it yesterday because I was in grass and pads and whatever. Maybe I should have shown that wacky worm, maybe. Oh well, you got to learn this stuff. I'm still learning after all these years, 47 years of this. I'm still learning. Actually, 48 years now. Holy cow! Who's counting? I try a lot of things, downsizing baits, upsizing baits, and it seems to me about every 10th to 15th bite will be a solid that you'll get the fish in the mouth. Importance of sharp hooks comes into play here. Back in early mid-80s, I wasn't sharpening my hooks the way I needed to. You can't beat sharp hooks. But yesterday, I'm catching them on trailer hooks. I'm catching them in the side of the head, bottom of the jaw, top of the head, whatever. All kinds of ways. That tournament my buddy and I was practicing for back there about 86 or so. We won that tournament. We found fish in a totally different area, totally different pattern, flipping a worm in heavy cover. And we cleaned your clocks. Different kind of bass, different situation. I think that's probably still the answer to this day. It's so hard to run away from fish that are biting. I mean, and this is good fish this time of year. A lot of 4-pound plus bass are doing this. It started on me 3 weeks ago. It started happening to me. I was practicing for a tournament, and I fished a tournament, and I saw keeper after keeper bust my bait, hit my swim jigs, and not get hooked. Y'all got any answers for me? Has it happened to you? If it hadn't happened to you, why? Is it location? Does it not happen in New York? Does it not happen in Florida? Does it not happen in Spain? I don't know. Is it a shadfish thing? I don't know. I'm willing to listen and learn, because this is one of those deals. A couple, 3 weeks, and the longer you have the pretty fall like we're having now, the longer it lasts. You need to get away from those fish. Go deeper and find a fish that will bite more normal, jump baits, jigs, creatures, whatever, wacky worms, frickin' shaky heads. But it's so hard to leave those good bass like yesterday. I mean, they was in there eating, but they wouldn't eat good enough. Now, occasional brim out there, or shad, was finding out they was getting ate, so maybe it's a presentation thing, but I've tried smaller baits, I've tried bigger baits. Yesterday, the only thing they would bite pretty much was a fast retrieve. The floating frog got a few bites, but not very. They wanted something hauling butt, because you're making them bite, but they don't bite with their mouth open. So that's kind of all I got. Nothing much important. I just thought it was a good time of year to bring that up, because it's happening to me here now. That means further south it's just getting started. Up north, y'all may already be through it. If it happens to you, that's why I'm curious in knowing. Does this happen to you? Can you recollect times? And any given time of year, a bass gets ignorant. You don't give it attention enough, he'll pound that bait. Now, you've had that bite on that gigant worm down there. You do this, it goes wham, and there's nothing there. You blame it on a gar or a buffalo or a carp or whatever. A lot of times, the bass just want to kill it, not so much eat it. Okay? I get that. But this is ongoing, every cast sometimes yesterday. I mean, I went cast in a row where a fish would pound a bait and not get it. And I had fun doing that. Another video. Solar bat link in the description. Great sale going on through Halloween, y'all. Save some money on solar bats. Make a Christmas present out of it. Thanks for watching, y'all. God bless. Let me know what you're thinking. Talk to you soon.